Hi everybody, Father Bill Holtzinger, and this is your Friday Reflection. Well, I'm in Prineville, actually at Prineville Reservoir State Park, and I'm on vacation. So by the time you see this, the vacation will be over. But while I'm here, I decided to not just do some paddling, you probably know I have a kayak, but more I'm going to be doing some hiking. And one of those locations to go hiking is what's called Big Bend Mountain. Or island, Big Bend Island, excuse me. And from my youth, I'd be in the swim area. Sometimes couldn't even swim anywhere because I really couldn't swim as a little one. But I always wondered what the ability would be for someone to go all the way out to that island. I never even thought about climbing it, but sure enough, that's what I've done. And here I am, not at the top of the island, but on one of the ridges, and you may be able to see my kayak somewhere down there. Hard to see. Somewhere in here. I can't see. I'm looking at the phone, staring in my eyes. Anyhow, so what is a challenge that you're being called to do, or a hope or a dream that you've always wanted to do and have yet to do? Because sometimes a vacation allows you to go somewhere that you have not gone before. Isn't that the way it is for our faith? We are being called by God to go somewhere where we've not gone before. Ultimately, that's a spiritual journey to let go of fear, to let Jesus take over, but also, of course, the last day of our lives, moving from this world to the next, which none of us have gone there. All of our maybe beloved who have died have, but since you're watching this, you have not, and nor have I. So what's in your way for preparing for those journeys? Going to Mass is a great way. Every time we go to Mass, we think about the death and resurrection of Christ. We think about his suffering, but we think about the joy of all of those things too that culminates after those. You can't really have full joy unless you've walked through your own suffering and maybe died to yourself, suffered and given up something, and then had a rising experience, a letting go. Like for me, it's nice to be able to get up on this mountain and be able to look down and say, look at that, I made it. Let's see, it's right down there somewhere. Anyway, let's move over here. Oh, there it is. There's my kayak, right there. Little tiny thing. It's like the SS Minnow, but smaller, but smaller. So, what mountains do you need to try to climb? Now, I'm not going to be climbing Mount Hood. I'm not going to be climbing Mount McLaughlin, which is down in southern Oregon. That stuff is a little bit beyond me, but this Big Bend Island was within my reach. And that's what's important, to be able to realize, be mindful, be, judicious, be discerning about what goals you create for yourselves so that you can, with God's grace, do them. And ultimately, this is a spiritual journey, as I'm trying to mention. That what is it like, for example, do you struggle in prayer? Well, maybe this is a chance. Maybe I'm going to encourage you to ask God to help you to pray with more enthusiasm, to pray more regularly, to make it a habit of prayer. That's one of the goals I have for us as at the parish, is to have a culture of prayer. And you'll see that in our prayer team that we have outside, so that we would be praying for each other. But that maybe you would be willing, when a friend or someone you know is not well, to pray for them. That may be scary because you're like, I don't know how to pray. Well, you can just pray the Our Father with them. You can pray a Hail Mary with them. But I want to encourage you to just, as you talk to anybody else, talk to God. You don't have to have the great grammar or anything like that. And just let him know your intentions. I would always begin prayer with a praise and thanksgiving to God, and then move into my petitions or concerns that I have. So I just want to make this short and very quick. I want to let you know that I've been doing well. It's only my second day on my vacation, but I wanted to, while I have the ability to get to some water because the Oregon Star Party is coming and there's no lakes nearby, to enjoy this river, or this lake, Prineville Reservoir. It is almost full, which is amazing. This little area right here, I've done a video on this little area. You might go back a couple years ago, where we need to go sometimes through narrow passages. The way is narrow for our faith and to heaven, and yet God's grace is more than powerful and sufficient for that. For me, it was nice to see how wide it is also. In this case, this little area, the water, since it's so high, is able to allow not just kayaks through, but motorboats through if they just slow down. How are we becoming a highway and a broad way for people to experience Jesus? Or are we kind of keeping it to ourselves very narrowly? I want to encourage you in public to just give praise to God, to thank God for things. Make that part of your vocabulary. And as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, well, maybe it's now 4 weeks ago since I preached my homily on chocolate milk and stirring the spirit, to give praise in the supermarket, give praise in the parking lot, give praise to normal places at home. Make it a vocabulary, make it the parlance of your day, as opposed to maybe some other choice words we might make, or I know I've made. And that's all the more reason I need to consider giving praise to God more. So there we are. What of you, huh? Yeah, so right over here is the swim area that I used to swim at as a little kid. And now I'm on top of this mountain, not a little kid, and enjoying the gifts that God has given me. And I'm so thankful for you. I look forward. I know I'm only gone 2 days, but I look forward to coming back. I'll be even more rested and relaxed. I love you. I really care. And I think that Holy Trinity is just a major Goldilocks parish for a priest. I know that I'm looking forward to seeing what's new. Father Dominic will be coming. Father Anthony will have moved to Our Lady of the Lake. Again, that's a great move for him as well. So folks, be courageous. Think about how you might need to make some changes so that you may be able to climb the mountains that are things for you to do. God bless you all. Bye-bye.